Jeremy from OpticHouse.com. So this page is another in the ongoing theme of me trying to draw epic backgrounds or epic environments. It's been a consistent battle for me to try and make my comics feel like they're in more an environment that's not just a flat backdrop. So, trying to do this thing where you really get a sense of everything that's going on around a character, at least for one shot. Making an establishing shot that really establishes not just the character, but where they're standing in, what's around them. An environment that gives you not just a sense of location, but a sense of tone. And this one, being this post epic raging battle with like demon bodies strewn all over the place, it's one of those that I'm both proud of, but also it feels like it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. Like where you sit down, you try to do something, and halfway through, you're like, "Why the hell did I do this?" But I don't really get that frustrated at the challenge. I look forward to doing things that I'm not able to do. And even in this, there's things I realize in terms of doing backgrounds like that, it's important to have characters in the background, figures, as a depth cue. It's always important in any environment to have something that gives you a sense of depth. A person or an animal or something to make you say, oh, wait, this is how big the scale is. And in this case, when I've got many figures kind of receding into the background, it gives you that sense of, well, this character's standing there, that character's standing there. But there's a challenge in that the demons come in all different sizes. I mean, even as you can see with Isbaal standing here in the foreground, she's surrounded by these creatures that are significantly larger than her physically. Some that dwarf, there aren't really like super tall ones, but I hadn't really thought too much about how tall she is. But let's say that she's about 5'8"-ish, maybe 5'9" on the tall side for a female. It's not even that tall, but still, some of these demons here are like the ones that are laying on the ground at her feet are probably closer to like 7-8 foot tall figures. And the fact that the demons come in giant sizes as well as, dwarven sizes, it kind of throws the whole depth cue thing out the window, because it's kind of hard to establish depth cues when all the creatures are in different sizes. Plus, you can see that I'm going in here and I'm really delineating all of the arrows that are going to be shadows. This is another change that you'll see as these videos go on that I post. And it would be that I would always do my holding line first, then work out all of my shadow locations, and then spot the blacks last. And something that I've been doing a lot more lately is going straight from holding line to black and then adding the details afterwards. So you'll see me make this gradual change, and this isn't something that I permanently am going to stick with. I like playing with analyzing the page and breaking down the page in different ways, because I think what's more beneficial is to have multiple tools in your arsenal. You don't want to just have one set way to break down a page or to analyze a page. It's almost like, I believe it was Sun Tzu in The Art of War. He said to learn all of the styles of battle and of warfare, of combat, to master all of the tools so that you aren't beholden to any of them. And I think that that's kind of true of art in general. Again, there's so many mediums and techniques in art in general, and even within comic books, there's so many different ways to approach things that you're not going to be able to master every single technique or approach. But within the smaller niche of comic book art, you can sit down and say, all right, well, here are some basic ways to approach rendering in terms of like dealing with lighting and volume and form. And I feel that it behooves me to have at least 2 or 3 different ways to approach this, so that I can look at any given page and say, all right, what is the best way for me to convey what the story needs right now? And whether that's massive shadows, shape volume, lighting, detail, whether it's a piece that's wholly based on the composition and has very little rendering at all, there's a whole wide variety of ways to break this down, to approach it, to knock it out. And I'm trying to keep myself open to all those different things because I still haven't learned them all, and I'm by no means mastered them all. And I think that's one of the things I really enjoy about doing these videos is sharing the trial. I won't even say trial and error. It's just sharing the experimental process with you because I'll try something and it's not, oh, I failed, so I'm not good at that process. Or I tried it and this process doesn't work. Is that I try something once and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Then I try it again. Then I try and get a little bit more facility with it. Or then maybe I try it and I realize, oh, there's a piece that I never truly understood as well as I thought I did. Or I realize, in order for me to make it work, I need to customize this approach and I'll grow into something that is distinctly my own voice. Because that is the other side of the coin when it comes to technique, is that I think it was Eric Larson who said that technique is everything that you do wrong, or he might have been quoting another great comic book artist in the past who said that. I just remember Eric Larson as being the first place that I had heard him saying that in an interview. But yeah, when it comes to technique, technique is a tool, just like a brush or pen or marker. It's a methodology for breaking things down, but but it's not just the tool, it's what you can do with it. So visual technique also requires you to apply yourself to it, to look at it, analyze it, figure out how it works, and then start exploiting it and bringing your own voice to it. When people talk about needing to find style, I think that they think that style is simply a rendering technique that suits them. And I disagree with that. The rendering technique is just a technique. It's just a tool sitting on the surface. The style is what you bring to it and what you do with it. And I'm always trying to figure out new ways to do more with the process and to learn and to discover. That's it for now. Check out my website, optichouse.com. If you enjoy these videos, please share them. Also, sign up for my weekly newsletter to get a free digital download and see what else I'm working on. Go be creative.